Hey guys, it's Brian Riley coming back to you with another real estate market update. Today is November 5th, 2017. We just closed out October, so I want to look at with you guys today sales of real estate that closed in October. I want to look at the whole 30 days. I know we've been looking at a lot of things week to week just to kind of see like what's hot, what's happening right now in the market. What's great about these closed sales and why I think it's important that we look at them about once a month like we've been doing is they offer the most data. Because for one, the deal is closed, so it's over. The numbers are no longer moving, the negotiations are through, the buyer's moving in, the seller's already got their money, so the deal is done, okay? On top of that, they offer the most information because once that happens, a lot of the details of the sale will go public. So we can actually see, not only we know what the house was listed for, but we can actually see what the house sold for. We can get a better idea of the days that it was actually on the market. And that's all important compared to, we've been looking at contingent sales, which are great because they're what's happening right now, but we don't get an actual idea of, what the offer was that the seller accepted from the buyer, or if that offer changed after they got through inspections or, whatever it was. That's what the contingency period is for. So these are potentially sales that probably happened back in August because we know that the escrow period is 30 to 60, maybe even up to 90 days. So generally, I would say that a lot of these homes were on the market in August. Sellers accepted an offer from a buyer in August, went through escrow, closed in October. 1,693 real estate units, single-family homes. That's great. That puts us pretty much right in line with 2015, 2016, give or take maybe 20 or 30 homes, so not a big difference there, kind of a steady trend. Those numbers are actually up from 3 to 4 years prior to that, which takes us obviously right back to kind of the end of that market crash period that we were looking at back then. The average list price was $205,262. The average actual sale price was $197,906, so that's not too bad. That's about 96% of the list price is what the average home was actually selling for that closed in October. Average days on the market was 60. Median days on the market was 38, so somewhere between 38 to 60 days is where the average house is selling on this market. So that's something important to keep in mind if you're a seller and you're maybe just starting and trying to figure out what your timeline should be, or maybe if you've been on the market for a little longer than 38 or 60 days, maybe the market's telling you something, so you should talk to your agent and maybe get an updated CMA or see what needs to be done to help put you on the right track. If you're a buyer, obviously the house has been sitting on the market longer than that. You want to ask, why has it been sitting on the market? And if it's the price, obviously you're going to want to reflect that into your offer. If the house has been sitting on the market less than that, keep that in mind when you're negotiating too, obviously, because the sellers might have a little bit of time on their hands if their agent did their job and set their expectations at a reasonable level and explain to them the numbers. So that's what a good real estate agent's going to do. If you don't have a good real estate agent, or you don't have any real estate agent, I should say, you guys always feel free to contact me. My email, phone number's on the page. You can leave comments. You can message me through Facebook. I appreciate all the likes and the comments and the shares on the page. I just want to look here and see if there was anything else. I think we went over all the numbers. So next week I got some other numbers I want to share with you. I actually discovered a really interesting trend this week, but I wanted to make sure that we closed out October going into November looking at these numbers. I'm looking forward to another great month here in November. I'm looking forward to working with and talking to all of you guys. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Make sure you share, comment, like the page, like the post, and I'll see you next week. Thanks, guys.